Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Hadraz Amar.
Shalom, what's going on? It's Yakun Yamin Tukor Shem Shalom.
Hey, we just gonna talk a little bit. How you doing, Op?
Ooh, man, how you?
I'm through, man. I'm through.
Con, absolutely.
For sure. So, what's up? What you think some of the biggest issues we see with the youth?
Definitely, being in the coming from a world into a world. And when I say that, I'm talking about in terms of coming out of the world and finding our way into the kingdom of Yahuwah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's a challenge because both of them tugging at them. You know what I'm saying? And the world that we're coming out of tends to have a lot of flashy influence.
For sure.
You know
I can see that being a big thing too, because it brings me to the scripture in 1 John chapter 2, verse 15, where it says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." And it talk about the lust of the eyes and the pride of life, and those things that we get connected to, and we lose our connection with Yahuwah by pursuing to be like the world. That's one of the things that I do for, like, we see as a whole. I see individually. I've seen individually that a lot of youth, and this is all of us in general, but especially with the youth. The scripture talk about how we have to not conform to the ways of this world. You know what I'm saying? But we have to be transformed and renewed by His Spirit. But sometimes it's challenging because the idea of what we think is cool as young people, or what we think is acceptable, what we don't fit in, like the daughters, especially like the women, having to dress differently, like the expression of who they are is a little different from how it is in the world. You know, the young men, they can't be a thug, they can't be a gangster, and they don't make it, nobody makes it cool to be in the scriptures. But I think that's one of the biggest advantages that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in the word, you know what I'm saying? We got something rare that everybody else don't got.
Absolutely. And a lot of the things in the world, I think it's hard to see the deception in it. One of the things that Yahusha spoke about was not being deceived. And there's a lot of deception in things of the world because most of the things that offer us pleasure in the world really offer us hurt, pain, and trauma.
Right.
A lot of the things that's offer us comfort really can guide us into a trap of discomfort.
Right.
You know what I mean?
God.
So there's a lot of deception in it that is important that somebody bring the light to, so that they can, so that you can see your way. The youth can see their way in the darkness. You know what I'm saying?
Because, like it says, the word is a light and it's a lamp unto our path.
Right.
So, to close it out, what's some advice that you would give to the youth in their either the start or them just being in their journey of their pursuit to your youth?
I think having staying connected to a family that you want your end goal to be. The scriptures talk about mark the perfect man, for the end of that man is peace. As a youth, you need someone to look up to cleave to, that can aid you and guide you, that has been where you've been and felt the temptations that you felt and will feel. You see what I'm saying? Like, we need somebody.
Right.
And we need Yahushua HaMashiach. We need our Yahuwah, the Ruach HaKodesh, but we also need each other. A kingdom. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's important.
For sure. It's a scripture that I was thinking about, even with adding with what you're saying, just to close it out. But this is one that I would say even to tie to what you're saying. Sirach chapter 6 and verse 36. And it says, "If you see a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let your foot wear the steps of his door." And all that's telling you to do is, like you said, if you see a perfect man, a man who has mastered his walk, that don't mean that there won't be flaws and mess up somewhere. But the overall course of how his walk has been, he has evidence and fruit to show that he's been successful in his pursuit to Yahuwah. Wear that man door out. Seek him out. Seek out his time. Seek out answers from him. But that's including your work. So if he asks you, "Hey man, I do this lesson," you ask, you do a lesson with me? Take the lesson, but go study the lesson and then come back to him. But that's gonna help you in your walk. That's my advice to you, and connected to my brother Yakun. And hey, look, we represent the art. Shalom, shalom to y'all.
Shalom,
Y'all have a blessed
shalom.
day. Living up the ark out
Living
here.
up the ark.
Hallelujah.